I've been bout my papyrus since I've been in it. Put me in the debate, you know I'm gon' win it. If I scream black power, don't get timid. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. Primary research and we done pushed it to the limits. All you dudes finished. The king counting cattle up with brother Reggie. When I'm in Oakland, smoking, bro, they love the Chevy. Back in the day, it was the spokes on the chariot. Long procession when the king got carried out to every spot. Woman looking nice as ISIS. I read ancient texts, so my advice is priceless. Nubian gold, your ice don't entice us. Beating me harder than counting grains in your spices. Your heart was beating, but your brain dead. You're lifeless. Yo, they ain't nothing like us, yo. Don't try to make me mad. Make me smile and say you love me, man. That's real right there. Yeah, come on. You should listen to your main man's advice. Do a YouTube, apologize like Dice. Or the back fade coming like the Antichrist. Egyptologists see me reading and said that I'm nice. I got a speller with your name on it. I'm like Sargon. You the type of dude wake up and your car gone. Told, cause of the money you owe. Before you stream, you should clean up that humble abode. Like Akhenaten City for my woman in gold. I keep the pseudos running, people coming in droves. You catch me on a live stream with Pan-African James. When we building, call us by our African names. I'm for the children. And ain't nothing happen to change. We on that black hype, so we still packing them things for protection. Got connections, My complexion, pure black, that's the S. Make me smile. You love me? Show me some love. All right.
Yo, what up? Hey, you streaming, so let me get back at y'all. How y'all doing? We gonna get it popping right after.
Yeah, and I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Alright, it's getting kinda dirty in these YouTube streets. The Amin Ra squad, God thinking you dudes weak. Islam or Judaism, where you learn what you dudes teach. The West African rappers slapping with that voodoo speech. All that sub-Sahara terror about a kufu feet. I'm like Norma, the agricultural farmer that grew you wheat for the storehouses. We feed the Hebrews and lead the people when we defeat the feeble. They wanna know polite rip me off, but Sonetta paid me my money though. That mean he 100. And I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Nubian with the Jews, I rock the pinky. I think Jesus got to save me. A doctor save me, a doctor inky. I cop the copper jewels on blue and red. I'm not the chakra doctor, y'all claim woke. But you in bed, you won't pop a chopper, you Grandmaster J. You just talking. Punks turn the other cheek and you will walk away. Y'all gon' have to pardon my Moorish. That's to Harker Bay. I'm on that black African power on my darkest day. And that's my brother Ankh stomping them other punks. We brought them gators to Italy, you loving the Moors. And now I'm teaching from my shrine like brother Jabari. Scoping the savannah cause I'm on another safari. Tasha K showed us Frank record. Young Pharaoh just losing his mind and y'all can't help him. I know one thing, you're a fool if you're still out here donating to Umar school. That shit through. And I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bruh. Thought he was conscious, but the homie just played me, bruh. The house of consciousness is going out crazy, bruh. They crazy, bruh. Look. You showing your hidden colors like Tariq Nasheed. A bunch of pseudo information I don't think I need. Probably lying on the text, ask Divine or Zion Lax. Just get that microphone ready. With Metal Netta, I'm Stone Jetty. Or Ujahu, or Saw Imhotep. Y'all probably timid still on them Bobby Hemmett teachings. I'm in Gozy with the DNA. Cat's corny and it's killing me too. You talk that black shit, but you look Arab like Gorilla Hebrew. You need therapy, they telling me just chillin', be cool. I'm a magi orchard, you a sad guy talking.
Okay.
And I'ma work cause I ain't going out lazy, bro. Thought he was conscious, but then homie just...
Want to say shout out to anybody who copped that album already, which can be found right on my Bandcamp, Casual One at Bandcamp. The album Fights Over Egypt. What's up with y'all? Peace to the people who got the notification. How y'all doing? Now, for me, I don't, Nazi salute, whatever you want to call it. Okay, cool. I'm just starting just like that. But watching all the people who could possibly be in touch with Elon Musk in some type of way, like Joe Rogan, Candace Owens, all these type of people. Watching them act like this don't even look like a Nazi salute is hella funny. And then talking about he wanted to give his heart out to the people, that's all bullshit. The Roman salute shit is all fake. That's not even a real thing. That's like some shit from Hollywood. What they talking about, Roman salute? Do the research on that. That ain't no real shit. That's always people play stuff off. Man, I guarantee you, I ain't even researched it. And I'm just gonna pop it right in Wiki and watch how this shit go. Ain't no, man, come on, man. Now look, the Roman salute is known as a fascist salute, right? It is a gesture in which the right arm is fully extended, facing forward with the palm down and the fingers touching. In some versions, the arm is raised upward at an angle, in others it is held out parallel to the ground. In contemporary times, the former is commonly considered a symbol of fascism. According to an apocryphal legend, the fascist gesture was based on a customary greeting, which was, now look, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you, it's fake. Y'all just don't understand what people say when they reading stuff. When I heard, according to an apocryphal legend, I heard that it's fake. Did you hear it? According to an apocryphal legend. Golly, look. The fascist gesture was based on a customary greeting which was allegedly used in ancient Rome. However, no Roman text describes such a gesture. Didn't I just say, man, we always be like, man, that shit fake. We already know it's fake. Ain't no Roman salute. Wasn't no Romans walking around doing that shit. We would have been heard about that. Like, what's going on? Now we learned about some shit called the Roman salute all of a sudden. Cut it out, bro. Y'all be falling. We hella gullible. So my intuition just told me that shit fake, and I came right here and read it, and what it was, my suspicions confirmed. This is according to an apocryphal legend, but however, no Roman text describes such a gesture. And the Roman works of art that display saluting gestures bear little resemblance to the modern Roman salute. That's crazy. Look at this. So now you turn down the music, right? And you do watch it. I wish I could play this in slow motion. I probably can. Let me see. Settings, playback speed. We want this to go in slow motion, bro. How you do that? All right, now let's look at this gesture. Look at his face. First of all, no one ever in the history of gestures folded up their bottom lip and tucked it into their mouth right before they wanted to give out some love, wanted to throw out their heart. I'm telling you, find an image of anybody giving out their heart and making such a gesture. Like some of the stuff people tell us is hella stupid. If he just wanted to give out his heart to people, why is he making a gesture that no one will know? That's like saying, oh, I wanted to blow you a kiss, but I put up gun fingers and I shot gun fingers. See, look, if I go like this, if I put up gun fingers and go, with the camera, bow, and say, oh, I just want to blow you a kiss. If people don't understand that gesture as someone blowing somebody a kiss, then they gonna say, no, he put up gun fingers. And he said, bow, and said, I want to blow you a kiss. So how humans understand the gesture is more important than the explanation of it. Because everybody ain't gonna hear the explanation. Some of us just, now look at this in slow motion. And look at him slap his hand on his chest. He's not giving out his heart. He's slapping his hand on his chest on some, I'm down with this shit. And it looked crazy. Let's see it all in slow-mo. Slow-mo make it better. YouTube up. Look at this. Look at his bottom lip, folding it in like he hard. And then do that. And you tell me that was throwing out your heart? Man, you got me messed up. Any of the stupid people who say that shit. Look at this. Who the hell throw out their heart? How you can throw out your heart with your hand like that? No, before he even do it, before he even make the gesture, let's look at this and see if this is the preamble body language to throwing out your heart. I won't even show the gesture. Look at all of his movements before it though. Look, all this. I'm gonna stop. Was he about to throw out his heart? So you think the next thing coming is a throw out of a heart after these gestures? This is some hardcore shit, these gestures. This a yeah, motherfucker gesture. So I can make voiceovers with this, and you tell me which voiceover is most appropriate. Watch this. Come on, tell me what's most appropriate. Here we go. Wait till Elon. Okay, I'm about to throw out my heart. See, that didn't go with that gesture. But watch this. Yeah, Nazi in this bitch. See? I'm telling you, which one will go better with the gesture? Come on, let's try it again. I'm going to throw out my heart. You think that was that? Or let's try this. Yeah, rich Lex Luthor Nazi on you hoes, motherfucker. Now, which one fit better? Come on now, don't let people fool you. You can't put no nice voiceovers on this shit. Watch me try. I'ma try. Oh, I love you guys. Take my heart. Please. That would never be the verse over. I'll try another one. I'll try another one to make it more appropriate. Oh, the love in my chest goes out to you. Hell fucking no. You can't make that the love in my chest goes out to you. But watch this voiceover. Watch this. Watch how appropriate this go with this shit. Yeah, Nazis won this bitch. I'm in this motherfucker. Fuck you hoes. Feel me? So you can see the sentiment all in somebody's body language, even if you didn't know the gesture. You'd be like, what the fuck was that? That was some weird shit. Now he gonna be like, okay, I gotta snap out of it. Look, he looking around to see if he would have got what type of reaction he gonna get. This is crazy. Because now he coming down to see what's the reaction gonna be. Look at the look out into the crowd to see if anybody like do anything Nazi-y. Anybody doing anything? Anyone? Fuck it, let me try this side. Shh. Let me throw out my heart over here too. Let me turn around. There go. Y'all want some heart? Have some heart. Oh, fake ass motherfucker. Make me want to sell my whip. What's on everything? I feel hella stupid. I hate when these motherfuckers didn't eat. Please. This shit's so crazy. And everybody, oh, you see Candace Owens. Oh, it's not some Nazi gesture. That's why people like her is just retarded.
In office, so this.
I mean, some people just need to be, you know, I ain't even gonna say nothing silly. But she don't need to be like able to do this. I'm trying to change this back to normal. Listen to her try to play this off.
Feels, I don't know, strangely warm, nostalgic. Outrage is the name of the game.
Right,
and I'm going to tell you what they're saying first. Person, Democratic strategist Sawyer Hackett, who wrote this on X. Our new co-president, Elon Musk, gives a Nazi salute on day one of the Trump presidency. Oh, this is what they mean when they say we're so back. That must be what we mean, obviously. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to page 495 of the Project 2025 handbook, or you would have known you're going to start seeing these hand signs coming at you real quick. Another tweet here from JoJo from Jers. This person, she writes, if you are not outraged by this, you are not beep paying attention. If you are not outraged, I want you to know that it is because you are not beeping paying attention, okay? And Anya backs this up with a historical fact that I don't even know if it's real or true. This user writes, grandson of Nazi party members Elon Musk throwing up Nazi salutes at the U.S. presidential inauguration, while the crowd of Republicans...
Why does she want to keep laughing?
Goes wild with applause and cheers. We're so bad.
So, but her whole cynicism, or if that's what it's called, is crazy right now. I know I'll be accidentally using words right. So let me look that up. I don't even know how to spell it. Cynicism. How you spell that? No, I can't even spell it, bro. Somebody spell it in the chat. What it got to do with being sinister and by accident? I don't know. Anyway, this whole gesture while trying to play off. See, yo, this ain't the right body language for playing off a Nazi symbol. I just be looking at that shit the way I see it. When you want to get to playing off Nazis, let's put her on mute and look at her gestures now. You can tell when somebody playing it off, just stop listening to them and just look at their body language. Is they doing play it off body language? See the play it off eyebrows and all the fake comedy? Well, let's see.
Up here, Mike Gibbs gave us the punctuation. He wrote this. I saw it. We all saw it. Elon gave a Nazi salute. I'm still gasping from the horror of that sight on my television screen. He's literally shaking right now. We're back to literally shaking, guys, okay? And lastly, Itai Shur, who apparently has not read a book about our Apollo program or knows nothing about NASA whatsoever, the history of NASA, writes this: I'd rather not entrust space travel to a guy who does a Nazi salute. Ooh, when he finds out that the entire space program was a bunch of Nazis that we literally brought over from Germany in Operation Paperclip.
So see, she don't even know what she stand on. Because she got a view that all of NASA was Nazis, but there's no way that she could see this as anything. Watch how she try to say what it's gonna sound hella crazy. Watch this.
He's going to be
Now Elon's he's South African, but I don't know what he is though. You know what I'm saying?
deeply upset about the space
Jews
program.
you could be that religiously.
Anyways, it's all good because the ADL, who just waves a magic wand and goes, "You're an anti-Semite, you're not an anti-Semite," came out and defended Elon Musk. They said this is a delicate moment. It's a new day, and yet so many are.
The Anti-Defamation League, which go all over the internet, calling people's anti-Semites for doing anything, had this to say about Elon Musk.
On the edge, our politics are inflamed and social media only adds to the anxiety. It seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute. But again, we appreciate that people are on edge. You get it. He's been forgiven.
So Elon Musk made an awkward gesture. Imagine if Obama would have did that. I mean, they couldn't have said Obama was a Nazi. But the ADL is writing that off as an awkward gesture.
Come and they've forgiven him. I mean, I'm on the ADL's list. There's like a whole paragraph about me, and I've done way less things, and it doesn't matter. They just decide whether or not you are on their yes or no list. It's like those eggs in Willy Wonka. Like, you're a good egg or you're a bad egg, and that's it. And I'm a bad egg, and Elon Musk is a good egg because he went to the Auschwitz Museum. I don't know. But the reality is, I'm not an Elon Musk stan. You guys know that. I'm going to give you my real take on this. Here is the full clip contextualized, okay? This is what Elon Musk said right before he did that gesture.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Okay, so
the fact that she laughs every time and then makes this stupid ass face that everybody should be able to see right through. Look at that dumb ass face she making. Ever make that fucking face sitting at the table with me? What the fuck is your problem? Sharon. Listen to this.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
So he does a gesture and he says, "My heart goes out to you." And see, my hand's going this way, his hand went the other way with his heart. And that could be one little thing. And
you hear that? My hand went this way, his hand went that way, and that could be one little thing. Dude, that's her. After laughing it all off and acting like everybody was like delusional for seeing what they saw, she came back with the most silly, childish explanation, which was my hand went that way, his hand went this way, which could be one little thing. Literally, listen.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
So he does a gesture and he says, "My heart goes out to you." And see, my hand's going this way, his hand went the other way with his heart. And
see, she couldn't even naturally, in all sense of body language, there was no way that she could do "my heart goes out to you" and turn her hand down like that, and then fold her thumb in. Watch his thumb folded all in.
The future of civilization is assured.
And the four fingers touching on purpose.
He does a gesture and he says, "My heart goes out to you." And see, my hand's going this way, his hand went the other way with his heart. And that could be
his hand went the other way with his heart. Oh my gosh.
one little thing, and it's a difference between whether you're on the ADL's list and Stop Anti-Semitism's list or whether or not you're totally fine, okay? His hand went the wrong way.
See, that don't make no sense. She's trying to throw in some type of conspiratorial contempt, But notice this. She said, and this is the difference of whether you're on the ADL's list or not. But his hand went the way that would signify a Nazi sign. So what is she talking about? Like, this is the difference of whether you're on the ADL list or not. What? His hand went the way to where he should be on the list. I hope she don't think this is sound logic that the average YouTuber can't just pick right through.
Gesture, and he says, my heart goes out to you. And see, my hand's going this way, his hand went the other way with his heart. And that could be one little thing. And it's a different.
With his heart, and that could be one little thing. See, if you edited these videos, your editor would tell you to take that stupid shit out. In battle rap, that's called filler. You ain't saying shit. With his heart, and that could be one little thing. Shut up. Say something significant. Tell us why this ain't a Nazi symbol.
You that the future of civilization is assured.
So he does a gesture and he says, my heart goes out to you. And see, my hand's going this way, his hand went the other way with his heart. And that could be one little thing. And it's a difference between whether you're on the ADL's list and Stop Anti-Semitism's list, or whether or not you're totally fine. Okay.
All right, let's examine that logic. Then this is the difference between whether you're on the ADL's list or whether you're totally fine. Okay, you put your hand up and you on their list, dummy. He put his hand down like a Nazi salute and he's not on their list. So your logic is completely flipped, reciprocal, inverted, upside down.
For making it happen. Thank you.
Okay, so
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
he does a gesture and he says, my.
So now let's put the language with the gesture. The future of civilization. Who more concerned about the future of civilization than some damn Nazis? So you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
My heart goes out to you. And see, my hand's going this way, his hand went the other way with his heart. And that could be one little thing. And it's a difference between whether you're on the ADL's list and Stop Anti-Semitism's list, or whether or not you're totally fine. Okay, his hand went the wrong way. And the reality is, as soon as I saw it, I knew what it was. I've watched Elon Musk in interviews.
His hand went the wrong way.
Again, I'm not an Elon Musk stan, but he has been very open about the fact that he has Asperger's, okay? And it's that puts him on the spectrum. That means that socially, he's a genius in these other
Do y'all hear this?
areas, in these other arenas. You want to talk about space program? You want to talk science stuff with Elon Musk? Yeah, he's your guy. He's the person whose homework you want to copy, okay, in chemistry class, physics class.
That's not true.
But when it comes to social etiquette, he's not all there. That's why he's very awkward in a lot of interviews. And what Asperger's is essentially socially, sometimes you do some things and you just, it's just not the right time to say those things. Or
So hold on. It's not the right time to say it, so it wasn't the right time to throw out his heart. You see? She can't even stand on her own logic and disclaimers. I thought he was just throwing out his heart. But then one sentence later, he got some condition that make him do gestures when you ain't supposed to do them. Well, when are you supposed to do that gesture? This logic is completely easily, I mean, I'd love to be a lawyer against her or something. You only gonna do gestures you know, even if you got Asperger's. You ain't gonna just do a woolly boo. I mean, you know, I don't know about that. I take that statement back because I completely don't know anything about that. But she trying to act like, yeah, it was a Tourette's outburst after saying he was giving out his heart. Y'all peep that?
of interviews, and what Asperger's is essentially socially, sometimes you do some things and you just, it's just not the right time to say those things or do those things.
So it's not the right time to say or do a Nazi sign. But you accidentally did it because you got Asperger's.
Or how you should do those things. And I did actually, for the first time, feel kind of really.
She gonna try to add or how you should do those things. Is that part of Asperger's? How you should do some shit? You got Asperger's now. Now you play the piano different because it's how you should do some shit. It ain't an outburst. Man, she all over the place.
Really bad for him because it felt like he was so well-meaning, and my heart goes out to you, and he just had no idea. And I can't imagine what it's like coming home and realizing that you set the internet aflame, and it is the #1 conversation that is being had about Trump's inauguration. But again, Elon Musk, I again really appreciate that we're back, that they didn't even give us 24 hours before we are back to being called Nazis. That's what Trump supporters are always called forever. And so that is going to be the narrative. But moving on to the number.
Oh, that was so weak. I can't even believe it. Like, people be trying to play stuff off. So the ADL, Candace Owens, who was all the people who be all over anybody that's, look, here go Joe Rogan. Oh, people think it's a Nazi salute. Man, come on with this nonsense.
About the Elon gap.
I can't even play this. I'm gonna put the captions up, maybe. If I can. I can't even put the captions up. Let me see. All right, let's see. Heart goes out to you, and that's a perfect example. When you see a story you believe is true and you believe he's a Nazi, you're going to see him do a silly hand gesture and see that he's saying he's giving out his heart. But oh, come on, man. Cut this bullshit out, Joe Rogan. That's why I don't fuck with y'all. All they is they try to give the people who don't have an opinion a source on their opinion. So then they could go into the world and have this fake ass opinion and be like, watch Joe Rogan, he said the same thing. What I found out last night, that it used to be a Pledge of Allegiance, used to be done like this, until the Nazis came along and switched it to your hand over your heart. So we cut that part out, and it's a screen grab, and you'll see that already screen grabbed it. It's funny. CNN during the COVID times in particular, whenever I get in trouble, the photo they would use of me was me at the UFC weigh-ins. So when I was doing the weigh-ins, I announced the weigh-ins and I said, come to the weigh-ins, everybody, and I waved to the crowd, and that's not the same thing, Joe Rogan. Okay? Like, I don't get it. You citing the instance of a photo crop of you. Look, they would use this photo of me waving to the crowd, trying to make it look like I was some sort of Nazi, whatever. Because I'm reading the text, so they still gonna know I'm using the video. Because all they do is, I mean, you know. And I try to say to everybody, I'll show you this. Jamie probably couldn't find it. Blah, blah, blah. We're not talking about that, Joe Rogan. If you was at a UFC fight, look, they making this Nazi salutes? Probably is, shit. But I ain't concerned. I mean, you know, it is what it is. They be out here like this, right? But whatever. It's cool. I just seen everybody who's supposed to say, what's that dude's name? Ben Shapiro? Oh no, Shapiro. I messed that up, but look. Same dude who always calling everybody. See, this got something to do with getting some money.
Which is just getting started. Be here with us for every moment.
I mean, let me see if I can find it. Now all of a sudden, everybody capping for Elon.
controversy of the last 48 hours, and there have already been a bunch of idiotic controversies, and that was Elon Musk supposedly being a Nazi. So the press and the left.
Yeah, so he's just about to cap for him too. But he kicked Candace Owens off his show for being a Nazi or for being an anti-Semite. Right? This stuff be funny. I ain't read. Y'all can read that. I just want to show y'all when he capping.
See, I'm looking forward to the future.
Right. That's Elon's vision. And you can see he's very pumped up.
And over the course of the day, he got more pumped up where Elon's getting extremely hype. And over the course of the inauguration, on day, yes, applause. This is what victory feels like. Woo. Y'all can read that anyway. They all capping for it. I ain't even tripping. All right, let's see about DEI and ICE taking farmer. I'm just gonna put taking farms. ICE arrests over 500 immigrants while Trump visits states ravaged by natural disaster. Let me see. ICE kills my farm. ICE kills my farm. I was watching that. Let's see if I can find that. All right. Trump. It was farmers complaining about how this new policy won't help. Now their farms ain't gonna exist. And this is white farmers like, whoa, what's up? I need my workers. And they're not coming now because they're scared that you're gonna raid the farm. Let's see if I can find it. It's crazy. Well, they talking about it all over the place, but I want you to hear this. Oh, that's 6 years ago. I had just seen some dude talking about 85% of his workers didn't come to work. So it's gonna affect us in other ways. You feel me? And I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But sometimes it feel like if you black, for some reason, or maybe it might feel the same way for white people too. But our people who, Hispanic might have to feel a different way about that because how close Mexico is to the United States. But you got to notice this thing with the Haitians was probably done. I think it was kind of done on purpose so they could start moving on black people. Trust me. They wasn't trying to help Haitians. They never helped Haitians. Why did they want to bring Haitians into America? So they could start running up on black people with their ICE shit. See? They need an excuse. Now everybody black, you ain't gonna assume that they just a black American. Especially if you black living in the areas where a lot of Haitian immigrants came in who are black themselves. I'm telling you that's why they did that, bro. That's like, nah, bring them in because then we can start rounding up black people too when we do this ICE shit. They ain't rounding up no white people. Man, come on now. Let me see. I want to see if there's any report of ICE white people. I don't know, that ain't gonna work. ICE deports European. You probably won't find nothing on that. ICE deports Ukrainians. You can't even find that on the Instagram. All right. That's 2 years ago. Ukrainians reportedly being held in Academia ICE Center. Valley Ukrainians finance detainee by ICE. All right, cool. Fiance, excuse me, detained by ICE. So that's just to keep it real. They are cracking down on them, probably just to say whatever they need to say. This is 2 years ago. And I'm just gonna read the captions. And I ain't gonna read them all because then they're gonna still know I'm using the data. I'm using this video. Oh, okay, but look what happened. That's what I'm saying. He got helped by, they threw the word Mexico in there. You gotta read through the lines. In Mexico, reportedly by ICE. See? Because they can't tell if you're a Mexican or not. Not that you're a Ukrainian. Look at him. You could be a Mexican. Stop playing with me. Man, they be thinking I'm going to turn to one of these YouTube motherfuckers who ain't really myself when I'm streaming, so I can't see through this shit. You look like a Mexican. The only reason why you is detained, they couldn't, and you probably was like, no, I'm totally not Mexican, dude. I'm Ukrainian. Watch me sing in Ukraine. But they confused you for a Mexican. That's why you detained. It's not because ICE is coming after Ukrainians. Everybody know that. Please, I'd have detained his ass too if I was, nope, I'm ICE. Get over there, bruh. We gotta find out. Customs, once they made me sing the national anthem to prove that I was a black American. And I was like, you serious, bro? And they should have knew from my accent. But have you noticed that one thing that my continental African brothers do is they practice black American accents to do it on purpose? Like, you know how we might, like, I might bust out and go like this. Or one day I might go like that. Or, no. I may do that just to fool you, to make you think I'm African. Well, they do the same thing. Like, they might try to talk like me. Uh-oh. Let me open this door. Hold on. Oh, you got it? Go ahead. Hey. Get the bait on the dog. You feel me? Well, I watch that. You could just be on TikTok. I follow hella African people, and some of the comedians be doing it on purpose. They might just whip out their black American accent and then go back into their African accent, just doing it on purpose. And so this is probably why dude at Customs really made me sing. And I was like, you serious? And he looked at me with the straightest face ever and was like, sing. So in my little feeling of humiliation, I started singing hella loud. I was like, oh, say, can you see? And he was like, oh, okay, be quiet. I kept going, by the dawn's early light, right in the middle of Customs. People was walking up like, he could blow. Who's that? And in order to make me stop, he was like, okay. that's a real story. So, but I am true. That's the only reason why they look. Now, let me see. ICE deport Haitians. I'm just looking to see how they doing. I'm not going back to Haiti. Fox get exclusive peeks in the ICE raids in Boston. Told you. So now how they know who Haitian? They just running up on black people, man. Oh. Now y'all want to say, oh, that's the other reason why FBA. Now y'all gonna be like, I'm FBA. Y'all want some FBA paperwork. Is that it? What it's called? Whatever it's called. You get that paperwork right, then you're not gonna get caught up in the ICE raids when they try to use Haitians to come around on some black people. Gotcha. Got my FBA card. And they asking people for shit from real Nazi Germany. They busted in, guess what they asking them for? Your papers. It's like they doing that shit on purpose. They using all the same terms and shit from the roundups, from, with your papers. Bro, this is 2024. Shit is all digital and shit. Why you asking for papers? You just using all round people up terminology. Look, now let me stop. Let me stop that. This is a Haitian they round up. I'm trying to tell you, you got to see through this shit. How did they know he was a Haitian? That's just a black person. So that means they going looking over black people with this ICE shit. Tell me I'm wrong. And they sending him back like he did something illegal. But they got brought over here legally. Oh, wait. They talking about somebody wanted for aggravated murder. I don't know nothing about that. He is an MS-13 gang member. I don't know nothing about these accusations. An aggravated murder in El Salvador, and there's a notice for his arrest. But this ain't him they talking about, I don't think. Because the underlying thing says he's not going back to Haiti. So those are federal agents. Those aren't ICE agents. So he must have did a federal crime. And I don't want that to be confused with ICE. You feel me? But they ain't, why they blocking other people's face, but they showing the black face? That shit, it be little shit like that. Just tell me what's the difference. Light-skinned faces get blocked out. Black face don't get blocked out. Just tell me how that's allowed to happen. Look, who doing the blurring? Even the blurring be racist, bruh. You trying to tell me every light-skinned face get blurred out, criminal or not? That shit right there just be some bullshit. Everybody who a criminal that's light-skinned blurred out. They're gonna dark blurred out, but I bet you he ain't black. So that's why he blurred out, and you just can't peek that. Don't let them unblur another black person before this over. I'm gonna be so hot. Everybody light skin blurred out. I just be looking at shit. They just showed us his face and put it all up on his face. But I don't see nobody light skin blurred. Let me see. What's this? They make sure you can't see none of them. That's the craziest shit. Let's see this one. Only person identity I seen was the brother with the dreads. But that ain't what I'm here for. I'm just saying that shit crazy. All right, what about this? Now let's move over to diversity, equity, and include and whatever, right? DEI jobs lost. I'm just putting that up. We're going to just search YouTube and chill. Because now, I don't know if y'all know, but he ordered the elimination of all these federal jobs, ordered federal workers back to work, trying to get them to quit, right? And then he ordered an executive order to make, if you work for the government, you got to be working in the office. He told them to put all DEI workers on executive leave. Let's look at some DEI jobs, federal government. This one used to exist, U.S. jobs, diversity, equity, and inclusion. 100,000. Worker and family life advisor. This job is over. Everything on this whole job title, diversity, equity, and inclusion, oh, it didn't even put it in here. Yes, it is. It's over. And these people got these jobs already. 72,000, 167,000. That's attorney. All them gone. By Trump's executive order, they can't even come to work. Look, you know that, right? Federal workers placed on leave by Trump's DEI order are angry and fearful of what lies ahead. I bet you, well, if you worked in the DEI department and you voted for Trump, you just was stupid. But it affected people so quickly. Cats didn't think it was going to be like what he said day one, he taking action. You didn't think he meant he was going to get your auntie fired from her federal job. Fired from your federal job. Golly. Remember, I don't know if a lot of people didn't see the 70s. And I wasn't looking for no job in the 70s. But I heard, I ain't that old, goddammit. But I heard, like when I was a kid, when they would talk about jobs and shit, it was only certain places you would hear them talking about. Like you would never hear nobody talking about getting a job and talking about the liquor store. Actually, in the early days, cats wasn't even doing now I gotta come on the camera. Because you gotta think about your upbringing. And if you lived on the West Coast, think about the jobs and, well, you know, if you was benefited to have a family that had a career, shout out to you. And hopefully they instilled that in you to have a career. But the jobs that our elders had available for them to take was a lot different. To where I'm talking about you in the hood, you moved to this city from the Southern economic migration, and you need a job in California or wherever you move to. First, they was factory jobs. Y'all remember that. Everybody know that. So we was moving from the South to like Detroit areas because they had the factory jobs. California had a few factory jobs, but it wasn't too much in the automotive industry. It was only a few. If you go back and think about it, what was the impetus for the economic migrations that black people would take, right? A lot of it would be, obviously we know it was jobs, a lot of it was getting away from racism, but a lot of it was jobs, and a lot of it was that car industry thriving up in Detroit. A lot of us made musical migrations up to areas where you could put out a record. So a lot of people from the South moved to Detroit, and a lot thrived to move towards Hollywood because Capitol Records was in Hollywood. So don't think that all of our economic migrations was to go get in the factories and shit too. A lot of us came up out the South trying to make their music. Don't sleep. And so you went in different directions. Where you was gonna go if you had slap and you lived in Mississippi and it's 1967 and you got slapped, or you think you got some slap, where you gonna go? Either to Detroit, New York, or California, right? That's what I think. But anyway, I mean, I went hella far down the lines on that because about the first economic opportunities that they used to support themselves was those factory jobs. On the West Coast, it was canistries, right? Heinz, Del Monte, Mother's Cookie. I'm from Oakland, so they had all of these type of things, and then they had car factories, kind of like in Fremont. But if you noticed, as they started including black people in other type of jobs, because it wasn't hella black people in the grocery stores when I was young. I don't remember at that time. But then in like the 80s, I'm just going through my history. It started seeing people was getting grocery store jobs and stuff. Like the clerk would be black in the 80s. It's just kind of like black quarterbacks and shit. It wasn't no black quarterbacks. They used to act like black people couldn't run a football team. which is hella stupid, because if y'all get out there and play pole to pole, or if y'all do anything, y'all smashing up the whole nation. But at the professional level, they just wasn't letting black people quarterback. Well, they wouldn't. I don't remember black people on the cash register in grocery stores when I was younger. Just think about little shit. You don't remember too many black principals and teachers. You might have had one or two, but the principal will always be some white man or something. I remember first getting like a black principal. Well, we know this. And so I'm telling a long ass story because DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, was part of stuff that did help people start landing jobs in government. I mean, you could hear people talking about government jobs on Good Times. You feel me? You could be watching Good Times and they talking about, oh, Johnny landed a job at the federal building. You feel me? So that was always something. But if you look through your communities, the people who could secure those type of jobs, it was certain type of households, and they might have some toys on Christmas or something. See what I mean? And so it was a certain stability that was there with that. But the progression of all that from the 80s, where early 80s, now you can say, no, I've seen black store clerks working the cash register in the 70s, fine. I'm just going off my memory and how things progressed. And you had black teachers in the 70s. I had some too. Miss Boyd, I had some, but the majority of the school teachers was white. You feel me? All the doctors was white. Come on, man. But DEI did play a part in later, not those medial jobs or just not just the lower labor jobs, but it also helped to get us into positions where we should have just been equally given the opportunity to be in those positions, but you didn't have a chance to because it was a all-white club. And that got addressed. Like, yo, everything just all white. You should have I'm just on some real shit. There should be some opportunity for things to turn out that way, but that should just not be some good old boys policy. Meaning just like a football team, if all the highest draft picks turn out to be white, then you're going to have an all-white team. And in corporate America, if all the candidates for the position, the best candidates for the positions is white, I would have an all-white staff. I would. I totally would. I wouldn't even do no DEI on my own shit. Y'all hear me? I'm already DEI, and I need my shit to move up in corporate America. If all the best let me ask y'all a true and honest question. I would probably make one exception at one position. I'm giving y'all just true, real shit. Y'all might say I'm on some other shit. No, you gotta do. See, my whole campaign is about black liberation and moving up my people forward. So the tools I use to obtain what I need to do that don't matter, right? It's just like you didn't know Chick-fil-A was on some Christian shit and they hated certain type of lifestyles. They just was using your money. They didn't give a fuck who bought their chicken sandwiches. They take the money and go back and have a meeting and be like, yeah, all right, cool. We got bread to move on the things that we move about. And so even in my own instance, if I had two candidates and they were both equal, I'm going with the black one. I'm sorry. If y'all think that I'm tripping, then y'all puzzled. But if they were not equal and one was better than the other, then I'm going with the one that's better than the other. And it would be no diversity, equity, and inclusion in that shit. It would only be when shit is equal. Now, if y'all think I'm puzzled and I should go beyond that, and I don't think the nation should go beyond that. I'm saying like this. if you got an all-white company, right? Well, let me put it in my own instance, but see, my people ain't really in control of the nation like that. When I just talk about different things, I feel like my people is as American, but when we talk about racial issues and how we got so-called little caste systems and stuff, I feel like they're not. I landed work at the neighborhood grocery store and at the meat counter at the age of 12. Okay, that's good to know. And I do remember in the as I grew up, we had it wasn't all Arabian people or it wasn't all other people owning all our stores and shit. You could see one or two black owned stores, and those aren't the ones I apologize. Because some of the black owned stores that we had in the hood, you know it's gonna be black people in there. I kind of like meant like the Luckies, the Save Marts and shit, like the bigger type of community grocery stores where it was just white people owned them and shit. But yeah, you're right. Cause I remember being in Mississippi at a young ass age, getting took to we went to the store. I don't even think we gave them no money. Just went and got some shit. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, okay, y'all, I don't know. I remember being sent to the store with like some of my cousins. I don't even think we paid. Like it was a community store. Like, oh, y'all gonna pay next week or something. This was just one of my one trips to Mississippi. You feel me? But anyway, if we take a further progression from that, we might have all experienced this differently, but generally, you know, let's go back to the 70s and tell me a black man you know that was high up at any corporate job where he had to wear a suit to go to work. Think about it. Tell me a black person that you knew in the 70s that had to wear a suit to go to work. Don't play it off if he was security and he had to wear a suit. I start seeing that in the early 80s, maybe the late 80s. You know, they might have been there, right? Yeah. Oh, let me go back to my last analogy because I do want to finish that. And the reason why I say it would be different for me, if just say the majority of the people in my company was all black, and then we had a candidate for a last person, and we had a white dude and a black dude, and they was equal candidates. And I was talking amongst our peers, I say, let's go with the white dude. I would say that. And cats would say, why? I say, cause we need a different perspective. And that's part of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm talking about if 9 of us, if it's 10 people positions, 9 of us is all black. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is saying you should go with the white dude in that instance if all of them is equal. Because you need some diversity. Now, I wouldn't be tripping off allowing them equity, but inclusion. You feel me? Or somebody said that's not DEI, that's just the best candidate. Well, to me, that's how it applies. But I understand what you're saying. You saying diversity, equity, and inclusion would be you not the best candidate, but we still got to go with you because of the law. Okay, somebody said lawyers. Thank you. Thank you, Hassan. And that's good. So in the 70s, yes. And maybe some politicians. Hassan and somebody else said that. Thank you for bringing that out. We probably had, and somehow that feels a little bit different. All right, let me tell you why that's different. Lawyers ain't in corporate America. So you can become a lawyer by the merits of your own achievements. I had to realize that real quick. So see, we had astute black men that could knowledgeably obtain anything. But I'm talking about, like, you don't need acceptance to be a lawyer. You need to pass the bar. To be accepted into a law firm. Nah, I didn't see hella black teachers when I was young. It was only a few. I seen my first real significant black teacher, kindergarten, okay, Miss Boyd. And then until then, it was the 7th grade, dude. The 8th grade. I had one black teacher in kindergarten. 1st grade was white, 2nd grade white. Can't remember my 3rd grade teacher. She must have been white. I had. All right, let me tell you my whole life. Damn. I could count all my black teachers on hand. I'm talking about even in high school. Because I had Mr. Freeman at Montera. He was black. I had a science teacher at Skyline. He was black. I had elementary school Miss Boyd. She was black. Oh, and I had in like the 5th grade, in the 5th or 6th grade in Montera, we had a black teacher. So I had like, I can't think of no other ones, though. I'm not leaving nobody out. Dude, I probably had like 5 black teachers in my life. And you probably had the same shit if you count on your own hands. But I'm not saying that these things don't exist. I'm just talking about the way I remembered it in my upbringing. The black people I seen in suits was going to church. I'm sorry. I wasn't like waking up. Motherfuckers had on like overalls and shit so you could do some physical labor. Everybody in the neighborhood. Notice one thing that we're talking about. So let's say black investment brokers, I don't know what a black manager is. I mean, we could talk about that later. But none of those things you're talking about are really in corporate America. They're more like in the private sector. Like you can invest. Who can stop you from doing that? Feel me? And so you could put on a suit. Any of us today could put on a suit and say we're an investor. That got nothing to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion. We talking about allow into corporate America to where you need a suit to do your job, and it's 1972. Y'all gotta be real. I'm not saying it wasn't yeah, exactly. There you go. Like, I'm not saying that we didn't. In order to be a black judge, you first probably became a lawyer and went through the bar, right? And then went through the judicial system ranks and then got elected to be a judge. I'm with that. I'm talking about somebody who making a salary at Nike or the Nikes of the time, the Fords of the time. I'm citing what I'm talking about, the Nikes of the time, the Fords of the time, these big corporate American. I didn't start seeing brothers in those jobs, maybe like 83, 84, right? Maybe 83, 84, 85. But when did this DEI actually become a thing, right? When do you think, I don't know the history of it, but I do remember later, late 80s, early 90s, it seemed like government jobs was a big thing to the people. And even probably before that, I'm just only going off my history. And your history is probably going to be different. Feel me? I'm not saying that this is the same. But if we put them all together, there will be an average range of everything that we're talking about. I'm not speaking as an authority. I'm talking about my experience. You know what I'm saying? And so, now from the 90s on, then you seeing all kind of shit. I mean, black people could be seen anywhere, at any job position, wearing any. But y'all acting like we didn't just get the first black president. Like, stop acting like I'm making this up. See, this is post-Obama. So we acting like it was black people in all positions all over the place. No, it wasn't. You couldn't run shit at one point in time. Like, you couldn't be the leader or nothing that was all white. Y'all got a whole different history. Black people couldn't even run the NAACP. Man, let's look at the board of the NAACP and see is it majority black. It's not going to be majority black. Now, we're going to do two things. Here go the National Board of Directors of the NAACP. Let's see if we see. They're going to have to put a black person. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. About to say. 5. I was about to say. They had to fix that. But now, it was hella point in times, if you don't know, to where it was all kind of Chinese and Jewish people. It probably still is. I just ain't vetting all of these people. All on the board of the National NAACP. Right? Ooh. I'm about to start clicking people. But if you go into certain other organizations, Reverend Amos Brown in Frisco, if it's certain organizations you go to where that's just not going to happen. Right? So I was wrong about that. It seemed like they was all black. Right? Anyway, I don't want to get off the point. A lot of the jobs that we started getting from the 90s on that were in certain areas of corporate America were from people who thought that the jobs, that sector was affected positively by having diverse staffs. You feel me? That it was affected positively by having more equity from the company going to different communities and not just building up just white. Well, I think I would be one of them. That's what I'm saying. It's funny. America, we can see it as Americans, or if you see yourself as a general American, in the view of nationalism, you say, okay, your people is in power. Like Americans are one of the most powerful nations. But inside, domestically, it gets broke down to different social groups. And then if you're one of the members of a minority group that feel like you don't affect the power of America, you feel powerless inside of a superpower, right? It's kind of like, I don't know. But I think I said what I said. And so that right there is kind of crazy. Somebody asked, was Ebony magazine owned by a Jew? I don't know. But so they taking away jobs, the black jobs, basically. We're gonna call them that, right? Because of diversity and equity and inclusion, they're taking away the black jobs and they fighting for bills to bring in foreign workers, all while trying to kick out immigrants. Yeah, affirmative action. But affirmative action would just be one facet of diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? So how that's affecting people? Well, you see it now. Trump ends DEI programs in federal agencies immediately. So many federal workers is not supposed to come back to work. You want to know who Trump pardoned? Dude, Trump pardoned the dude who opened up the Silk Road. When you talk about the dark web, the king of the dark web who set up the Silk Road, got pardoned. Wait a minute, got let out. I know it wasn't by Biden. Trump just got him out of jail. So I don't know. Can you pardon people at any time? I guess you could pardon people at any time, but presidents just always pardon as they exit office, right? Oh, let's go back to that Trump coin too. Let's look at it right now. We was just looking at a show when that thing was almost $70. Now watch this. $29. All right, so look. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to blame it on black people. I'm just me. I'm John Owens, right? And I be knowing what's going on. But I can see the opportunity in stupid shit like this. And all right, what does that mean to me or to you? I'm like the president. If you find out that the president is doing some shit like this, with this is a meme coin that he put out is just an arbitrary item for people to invest, not even invest in, I don't want to say, to purchase that might gain or decrease in value, right? Just a meme coin, token. It ain't even called a coin, right? And you hear about this shit on the first day, probably where it's like $7. I pretty much seen the crypto market and I know the life of these things. It's not like you. See, no, hell no. But people who don't really know crypto terminology is all over the internet talking shit about this project and they just making themselves look kind of crazy. This don't got nothing to do with a rug pull. It has the potential for it, but that's not a rug pull would have happened. It would have happened already. So let's think back to traditionally what a rug pull is. If you're standing on the rug and somebody pull it, you fall. That's really where the terminology comes from. They pulled the rug out from under you, right? So in crypto, I got rug pulled so many times, dog, that I need to tell y'all. In crypto, a rug pull is when you buy something and you look at it and then the people who made it sell the bag that is supposed to go towards development and other things in their white paper. That's a real rug pull. But don't fall for the motherfuckers who are anti-Trump who are saying this is a rug pull because it ain't got rug pull. What has happened was not good for the market, but you can't call it a rug pull. You want to know why? Because you got to look at the developer wallet, right? So what type of rug pull is this? If there's different type of rug pulls, Val, just simply let your next comment be what type of rug pull this is. I'm not defending this shit. I just really know crypto. I've been in this shit for hella fucking long. And I ain't gonna call some shit that it ain't. I done got rug pulled. I done called somebody and said, buy this, right? And they bought it in like 3 minutes. You look back in that shit, the developers of the coin sell the development bag. That's really what it is. Now, this is the thing about cryptos. It's all transparent. Before you even buy into it, you can see who holding what. So let's talk about that part. Before you buy any, and don't think I'm pro this, but I be speaking like, bruh, like y'all just must be different. Y'all all motherfucking all established. Y'all just the shit. I don't want to say no type of words that minimalize my character. Well, I'm in this motherfucking world looking at this shit like, you don't know how to take advantage of this? All right, fuck it. But this the president. Yeah, exactly. A rug pull is when the devs dump the project, and we've been monitoring the Trump wallet. Nobody from the Trump wallet have sold it. But this is what you gotta notice. There are certain allocations that will take place before, if it's supposed to be a fair launch, there should be no allocations that take place before the launch. What happened negative in this project is somebody had $34 million or $32 million worth of the coin or the token, whatever, of official Trump that they dumped on the market as soon as it hits. You want to know what? We was doing a show, watching it, and we was talking about it. And it was all in the green. And anybody who's seen our first show, we seen it at $30. Next show, it was $70. Now, I'm going to just let you know, I got on part of that thing way before it did any of that. And I told you I'd have got it at $20. It still ain't returned to the $20 yet, right? So it's like a roller coaster that if you wait till the motherfucker go down, then you're going to feel all the fear of, oh, why it's going down. But if it's going up and that's gains into your life, then you just got to know. But I ain't talking to nobody. I don't got no advice. I always say, I tell people to watch stuff. Watch it so you can learn. Now, everybody who bought it at anybody who bought it over $29, unless they was wise, if they still holding it, they in the losses. But let's to be clear, if this developer bag ain't done, it's not fair to call it a rug pull. We could call it a grift. He's just trying to get some money. But Trump did not sell his Trump coin. That's in the developer's wallet. Right? And everybody know that's the real. So I agree with y'all that we need to know who that person was who got allocated $32 million, and then they sold it when it was at 77, and it made the price when it was at $72, $73. They sold $32 million worth of Trump, made it drop down to $50, and that started a panic, and it ain't recovered since. But I ain't like none of these people. All right, just say say we in ancient times, right? And the fish is running. This the same analogy. We all in ancient times, it ain't been no vegetation, it ain't been raining though. Right? It's one, I don't even want to call it a water hole, I'm gonna call it a river. But in our section of access to the river, we know when the fish is running. So the analogy of the fish running is the stock going up, right? So that's when you gotta go down to the river. But guess what's at the river? Y'all know what's at the river, right? Shit, half of the animals that they talk about on the stock market. But you probably won't see you might see some bulls on the river. You won't see no bears because it ain't that ecosystem. You probably won't see no wolves, depending on what ecosystem you is in. You will see all of these things at the river, and those are dangers to you, right? And that's the same part about the dangers of being on the market. And so once you go down to the river, now you're on the market, but the fish is running, so you gotta extract something up out of there. Well, first, you know you're not gonna be the only person at the market, and different people gonna be extracting different amount of fish at different times. You know what I'm saying? It's for real. So somebody gonna be like, "Wow, ooh, I just got 30 of them, I'm out." And if you just keep standing there casting, maybe you greedy and you want to take them till the fish stop running, fish gonna stop running, you might get ate by a wolf or a bear or one of them things, right? For real, this is a good analogy. You supposed to just take the fish you need, get up out of there while it's still running. If you wait till that shit do what this is doing, you're gonna be one of the people left holding the bag. You got ate by one of the bulls. You literally got ate by one of the bulls. Literally. Because look, see, all these people was bullish. Everybody on this side of the thing is someplace hella rich. Everybody on this side of the thing is gonna pay stir. Right? Now, my price was down around here, and I got out of that thing way early like this, bro. Come on, man. But anyway, this whole thing, I would call it more of a grift than a rug pull. A cheap, petty little scheme he got, and it's not like it's illegal, so it ain't a scam. I call it a scheme. It's a difference. A scam ain't gonna deliver what it says gonna deliver. A scheme is just something somebody thought of to pull off some type of what you got rhyme schemes, you don't got rhyme scams. See what I'm saying? So a scheme is something you could devise some silly little scheme until he sold his bag. Now look, it say 200 million Trump circulating, but he got a bag with 80 million Trump. When he know he can't sell none of that Trump, because then the world will really be saying he rug pulled him. So if we go look at the news, let's go look at YouTube, and you're gonna watch this, you're gonna notice something. The news is reporting on this sensitively, because the first day I was like, why they not talking about this Trump crypto? Now when you look at this Trump coin news, you're gonna notice that none of the news agencies they trying to slander it, but they don't want to call it a rug pull.
Trump and First Lady Melania Trump each launched their own cryptocurrency coin. The combined valuation of the coins reached $9.5 billion on Inauguration Day. Trump says the coin celebrates, quote, winning. I want to bring in Wall Street Journal markets reporter Vicky Huang for more on this. Vicky, we haven't seen U.S. presidents launch their own coin, their own cryptocurrency. First of all, what's the reaction in the crypto industry over this coin?
Hi, Vlad. Thank you for having me. And yes, indeed, this is unprecedented for a U.S. president to launch a meme coin, a type of cryptocurrency that serves no economic purpose and are created essentially just to generate a few laughs from the internet community. And
well, she's kind of right. It does have no utility. And it is created to generate, laughs, but she's not speaking to the economic utility. What economic utility? Well, the simple fact that it grows in value because of the hype people place on it. That's something, right? Like if I bought mine for $20 and I sold it for like $60, what do you call that? You see what I'm saying? I don't know what that's called. Shit.
As you can expect, when the president launches this type of cryptocurrency, the feelings from the crypto community are quite mixed. Some people are very happy, overjoyed, because to them, this means that the president really believes in the crypto industry. And
here's the thing. Regardless, in the long term, it means that he probably can't pass any laws or executive orders against crypto. Because he got one, and his wife got one too. Now look at this. Wait, what is DTJ? I don't know what DTJ is.
4 years is probably going to be
Donald
great
Trump
for the
Jr.
crypto
Trump.
industry and more.
Now look, this is when it hit $72. But let's go back to where it launched. Look, what this price say right here.
And
hold on, I messed up. Damn. Let me go back.
Days before his return to the White House, President Trump and First Lady Melania
very This means
Oh, I should have did it.
and
I'm gonna do a
learn
whole
about
new
crypto.
show talking about
Probably
Lord
going to
Jamal
be
and
great for the
Godfrey.
crypto industry. And the next 4 years.
Look at the price. I don't even believe this. This is when it launched. It was like a fraction of a penny.
Years is probably going to be great for the crypto industry and more users.
Anyway, that's what that was. Now, what happened, man, with this Lord Jamal and Professor Dave stuff, man? I'm gonna do a different video talking about that. I might get ready to end this video and do a different video about that tomorrow or later. But all of this stuff going on right now, I'm talking about it. It went from, this is called a dead cat bounce, bro. They saying if you drop a dead cat off of a building, it might bounce, but don't think it's alive. All right, that's a dead cat bounce. I didn't make that up. Look, I'm gonna put dead cat bounce. Look, cats don't be knowing this shit.
Dead cat bounce is a very popular stock market phrase that refers to a temporary bounce in the share price of a stock after it has fallen significantly. So let's say, for example, a stock has gone down, down, and down. And after this kind of a fall, when it bounces back a little bit, right? So you see this right here? This
Yeah, that's the dead cat bounce right there.
bounce right here is called the dead cat bounce. Now, the origin of this phrase, in case you're wondering, comes from a very common saying that even a dead cat
So what happens is,
will bounce if it is dropped from high enough, right? So basically it means that if something has fallen so much, then of course it can bounce back a little bit, right? But it doesn't mean anything. We should not read too much into it. So this is what happens, guys. A stock on an index falls a lot. And I mean a real lot. I'm not talking 5%, 10%, 15%. I'm talking 20%, 30%, 40%, and even higher. Now, this kind of a fall draws the attention of a lot of potential investors and traders who are interested.
anyway, so we was just looking at a dead cat bounce right here. And here come another one. As it gets less worth, less value. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, but on the first day when I identified it, that's when I touched it, and hey, it be like that. Shit ran to 70, man. Then when it fell kind of suddenly. I was like, damn. Right? It fell kind of suddenly, but it spent 2 or 3 days to give you a decision whether you wanted to keep on. It was in the profit for 2 or 3 days to give you a decision whether you wanted to stay on it or not. Unless you bought at $70 or something. But yeah, I might come back with another stream. Thank y'all for tapping in. My stomach trying to mess with me right now. I'm going to go handle that. Then we might come talk about this Lord Jamar flat earth stuff. I don't know, man. My man tripping. But all right, you're unlosing, falling out with Godfrey over that. Make sure y'all tap the stream or re-click. Make sure y'all, if you ain't getting the notifications, unsubscribe and resubscribe and turn on the notification button. I'll see y'all in a minute. My stomach killing me out the blue. Handle that real quick.